Alright, let's dive in. So, if you've been playing Marvel Rivals, you know that the game isn't just about flashy attacks or big combos, it's also about how cleverly you use your character's passive abilities. These little hidden gems can totally change the way your team performs. Some passives are subtle, giving a tiny boost here and there, but others, they can completely turn the tide of a match when timed right or paired with the perfect teammate. What's really cool is how these passives encourage you to experiment. Maybe one character shines solo, while another becomes a powerhouse only when teamed up with someone else. It's all about figuring out those synergies and seeing just how much more effective your heroes and villains can be. Stick around, because in this video, we're breaking down the absolute best passive abilities in Marvel Rivals, and trust me, you don't want to miss these if you're aiming to dominate the battlefield. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to subscribe if you like these types of videos. Enjoy watching. Hela is already a force to be reckoned with as a hit scan character. Her base damage is no joke, which makes her really dangerous in almost any match. But the real magic happens when you pair her with either Thor or Loki because of her Queen of Hell team-up passive ability. This passive isn't just a small bonus, it actually boosts her damage by 15%, giving her that extra punch to wipe out enemies even faster. What makes this passive really clever is how it interacts with Thor and Loki on your team. If Hela lands a final hit and eliminates an enemy, the passive kicks in immediately. So, if Thor or Loki are in the respawn phase, they get resurrected instantly, which can completely turn the tide of a fight. Even if they are still alive on the map, they receive 50 bonus health. That little extra health might not sound like much, but in a fast-paced match, it can make the difference between winning and losing a crucial team fight. Honestly, this combination is just so satisfying to play. Hela feels even stronger when you know that every elimination you get is not just about taking out an enemy, but also supporting your teammates in a really meaningful way. It adds a layer of strategy too, deciding when to go all in for that final hit to maximize the team-up benefit. If you enjoy characters who are both lethal on their own and ridiculously helpful to their team, Hela with Thor or Loki is absolutely a setup worth trying. Magik is already a solid character, but her Discmaster passive ability really shines when paired with either Black Panther or Psylocke. Basically, this passive lets her tap into Limbo and rewind time by 3 seconds to a previous location. On top of that, it gives her bonus health based on the health difference, which can be a lifesaver in tight matches. And let's not forget, it also grants her a 15% damage boost, so she hits harder while staying tricky to catch. This passive is especially clutch when you have Black Panther on your team. Unlike Psylocke, he doesn't have invisibility or super quick mobility, so getting out of dangerous situations can be tricky. With Discmaster, he gets that extra safety net because Magik's passive can essentially rewind critical moments, keeping him in the fight longer and letting him play more aggressively without worrying as much about dying. Even with Psylocke, the synergy is just as fun. Her invisibility already makes her hard to pin down, but having Magik's rewind ability on the team adds another layer of strategy. Every time Magik lands an elimination, the passive not only boosts her damage, but also helps her allies survive and reposition. It's a combination that makes your team feel way more dynamic and really punishes opponents who aren't paying attention. Cloak and Dagger already bring a lot of utility to any team, but her passive ability, From Shadow to Light, really shines when Moon Knight is on the squad. Basically, this passive unlocks Moon Knight's Full Moon ability, which makes him invisible for a few seconds while still letting him attack enemies like normal. It's a perfect mix of stealth and offense that can completely throw off your opponents, but it doesn't stop there. Full Moon also provides Moon Knight with some solid healing, 25 health points per second over 6 seconds, adding up to a total of 150 health points. That extra recovery can make the difference between surviving a critical moment or getting taken out early in a match. Plus, the cooldown is only 30 seconds, so it's ready again pretty quickly, letting him stay active and disruptive throughout the game. The best part about this passive is how it encourages smart team play. Cloak and the daggers From Shadow to Light isn't just about giving Moon Knight invisibility, it's about creating opportunities for coordinated attacks and sneaky plays. Every time he goes invisible, it's a chance to reposition, heal, and strike, making your team feel way more dynamic and unpredictable. It's one of those passives that just makes the game more fun to play. Hawkeye is already a deadly marksman, but his Archer's Focus passive ability takes him to a whole new level. This passive specifically buffs his non-headshot hits, increasing the base damage of his fully charged arrows by an extra 70 points, so even if you're not landing headshots, you're still hitting hard and keeping the pressure on your opponents. Charging a fully powered arrow is super simple too. It only takes about 1 second while aiming at an enemy. That's quick enough to pull off in the middle of a heated fight, which makes this passive both powerful and easy to use. When fully charged, a single body shot deals 150 damage, which is no joke. The real beauty of Archer's Focus is how quickly it melts through most non-tank enemies. Just 2 fully powered body shots can take down the majority of standard foes in the game. It's one of those passives that rewards patience and timing, making Hawkeye not just a sharpshooter, but a strategic powerhouse on the battlefield. Groot is already a powerhouse as a tank, but his friendly shoulder passive ability makes him even more of a team player, literally. When you have either Rocket Raccoon or Jeff the Land Shark on your squad, this passive lets them hop onto Groot's back. While riding along, they get a 35% damage reduction, which makes them much harder to take down during chaotic fights. But it's not just about protecting Rocket or Jeff. Groot also benefits from this setup, receiving 150 bonus health as long as either character is riding on him. That extra durability lets him stay in the thick of battle longer, soaking up damage while still being a threat on the offensive front. The combination is super satisfying to play. You've got a tank who isn't just absorbing damage for the team, but actively helping his allies stay alive and deal more damage. It creates these really fun, dynamic moments where you're both protecting your teammates and pushing forward, making Friendly Shoulder one of the most rewarding passive abilities in Marvel Rivals. Adam Warlock is already a strong character, but his passive abilities really set him apart. First up is Regenerative Cocoon, which is his solo passive. When he gets eliminated, he can transform into a cocoon and revive himself. It's a pretty clutch ability, though it doesn't come with a long cooldown of 105 seconds, so timing it right is key. Then there's Soul Perseverance, which is his team-up passive. This one activates when either Star-Lord or Mantis is on your team, giving them the same revival bonus as Regenerative Cocoon. It's a fantastic way to support your allies while also keeping the team alive longer, turning Adam Warlock into both a self-sufficient and team-focused character. On top of all that, Soul Perseverance also gives Adam Warlock a 15% overall healing bonus. That extra healing just adds another layer of durability, making him harder to take down in longer fights. When you combine both of these passives, Adam Warlock isn't just surviving, he's actively helping his team stay in the game and swing battles in your favor. Luna Snow is already a solid pick, but her passive ability, Icy Disco, really shines when paired with Namor. This passive gives Namor a further charge of the Monstro spawn, and this icy version is stronger than the regular ones. Just that extra charge can make a huge difference in controlling the battlefield and putting pressure on your opponents. The Icy Monstro spawn isn't just another copy, it lasts 2 seconds longer, has an extra 100 health points, deals 10 more points of damage, and even slows enemies by 30% for 1 second. That combination makes it a powerful tool for zoning and disrupting enemy movements, especially in the hands of a player who knows how to position them strategically. When used correctly, these monster spawns can be really frustrating for the opposing team. A pro player can hide them out of sight and unleash them at the perfect moment, creating chaos and giving your team a serious advantage. Icy Disco is one of those passives that's simple on paper, but extremely satisfying to master in action. Invisible Woman is already a versatile character, but her covert advanced passive really takes her survival and healing to the next level. This ability allows her to automatically enter a state of invisibility just a few seconds after leaving combat. It's perfect for sneaking out of sticky situations and staying alive longer in fights. On top of that, while in this invisible state, she rapidly heals at a rate of 20 points per second. That makes her not just hard to hit, but also tough to take down. It's like having a built-in recovery system that keeps her in the game longer, giving her the edge over enemies who might think they've cornered her. And don't forget, Invisible Woman can still trigger invisibility anytime with a double jump, though that has a 6-second cooldown. Covert Advance, however, has no limit, meaning she can constantly stay elusive and keep healing as long as she's careful with her positioning. It's one of those passives that makes her feel both sneaky and unstoppable. Luna Snow is already a fantastic support character, but her two passive abilities really solidify her as one of the best healers in the game. The Smooth Skate passive is super fun and practical. It lets Luna skate across the floor, boosting her movement speed by 60%. This makes it much easier to dodge attacks and get into the perfect position to heal allies in clutch moments. Then there's Cryo Hop, which is all about self-sustain. This passive restores 30 health points over 3 seconds, adding up to a total of 90 health points every time Luna uses her Ice Arts or Absolute Zero abilities. Since these abilities already heal her on their own, combining them with Cryo Heart means she can recover massive amounts of health in just a few seconds, keeping her in the fight much longer. Together, these passives make Luna Snow both slippery and durable. You can skate around the battlefield, dodge damage, heal yourself, and still be in a prime position to support your team. It's no wonder she's considered such a strong healer. These abilities make her tough to pin down and incredibly satisfying to play. Mr. Fantastic's Elastic Strength isn't just a simple passive, it's a huge part of what makes his playstyle so fun and unique. Every time he uses one of his abilities, it fills up his elasticity meter. Once full, he activates Elastic Strength, turning him into a mini tank for 6 seconds. It's like a reward for playing aggressively and using his kit efficiently. While in this state, Mr. Fantastic gets a massive boost, 450 bonus health, a 20% movement speed increase, and 70 extra damage on his Stretch Punch primary attack. That's a serious upgrade that makes him both harder to take down and much more threatening in fights. The beauty of Elastic Strength is how it blends offense and defense seamlessly. You're not just surviving longer, you're hitting harder and moving faster, which allows you to really control the pace of the battle. It's one of those passives that makes Mr. Fantastic feel dynamic and super satisfying to play. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.